I mean, there's no age that's perfect. There's no group of people. There's no individual pastor that's perfect. So, yeah. My criticism of those who criticize the Puritans lightly and glibly is that what I've experienced in my lifetime of talking about the Puritans to thousands of people is that, with very rare exceptions, the people that seem to have a real bone to pick with the Puritans are people who haven't read them. So they're going by Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne, other 19th century sources. And you see, the Puritans are very open for substantial criticism by groups that are much more liberal than they are. Because as soon as you have a group that is much more conservative than you and has more focus on godliness, you want to kind of, if you're a Christian, even in some sense of the word, even if you're just a nominal Christian, you kind of want to pick them apart because they make you feel a little uncomfortable because they're so godly. So you come up with criticism like this: well, they're way too legalistic. I've read the Puritans all my life, and they come down hard on legalism. But they are very strong on living wholly and solely for Jesus out of gratitude. But yeah, what that means then for them in their life is that they deny themselves certain things. For example, they weren't into dancing. In fact, they thought most dancing, bisexual dancing, was sinful because it aroused the lust of the flesh. Is that legalism? Could be. But in my book, when I read the Puritans, they rejected that and denied themselves that because they didn't trust their own heart and they wanted to live close to God. Sort of like Daniel in Daniel 1, who didn't want to defile himself with a portion of the king's meat. So a lot depends on your motivation. So what happens today, of course, is that people look at things like that and say, oh, wow, they're legalists. But they're usually people that haven't read them. If you read the Puritans and you see their love for Christ and their love for living wholly and solely for a triune God and wanting to dedicate their entire lives to them, you'd be hard-pressed to find hardly any Puritans, Puritan ministers. I'm not saying all the people that were legalists. But that is a criticism, and there were a few that overdid it sometimes out of zeal.